Worried about gout? Check out Ural, the effective urinary alkalinizer. Ural, neutralize your uric acid problem now.
Welcome to KiniNews. I'm your host Prasad. Najib Abdul Razak, as we all know, has been convicted of criminal breach of trust, money laundering and abuse of power. So when he stood in Parliament today to speak about 1MDB's debt, it sparked outrage among opposition MPs, especially one DAP lawmaker who got himself suspended for a day. Former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak told Parliament today that not a single cent of public funds have been used by the government to repay the principal amount of 1MDB's debts.
Janganlah kita memberikan alasan hutang 1MDB sebagai merosakkan kewangan negara. Hakikatnya, nanti saya bagi penjelasan. Hakikatnya, 1 sen pun prinsipal hutang 1MDB tidak pernah dibayar. Pada tahun 2018, hutang 1MDB berjumlah 32 bilion. Pada 2019, hutang 1MDB 32 bilion. 2020, 32 bilion. Tahun 2021 hutang
Yang berhormat Pekan,
32 bilion.
Janganlah buat tak faham. Ada
Adalah
debt servicing. Bunga yang kena dibayar pun dah berbilion.
Tuan Speaker, tolonglah jangan benarkan perkara ini. Saya minta Tuan Speaker,
Please,
tolong jangan benarkan beliau untuk meneruskan perbahasan.
Najib said this is because various entities including Goldman Sachs, audit firms KPMG and Deloitte, AmBank and the US DOJ had returned 1MDB funds totaling 23 billion ringgit to Malaysia.
Adalah tidak betul untuk mencanangkan bahawa rakyat perlu membayar atau menanggung hutang 1MDB. Misalnya, bayaran sebanyak 16.4 bilion yang diterima dari Goldman Sachs bukanlah dari wang rakyat.
Moments later, DAP lawmaker RSN Rayer was ejected from Dewan Rakyat after repeatedly interjected Najib.
Yang berhormat Pekan disabitkan di mahkamah atas kes 1MDB. Di sini beliau menipu di Dewan Yang Mulia ini.
Duduk.
Tuan Speaker, maksudnya peraturan ini tidak di...
Bentara.
Tuan Speaker, saya minta penjelasan.
Iring Jelutong keluar.
Tuan Speaker, saya nak tanya Yang berhormat Pekan, adakah mengikut hujahnya 1MDB itu menguntungkan negara? Saya nak tanya dia, pasal berdasarkan pada hujah dia.
Sebentar, salam saya nak menyelesaikan Jelutong ni dulu ya.
Tuan Speaker, apa kesalahan saya? Apa kesalahan saya?
Jalankan.
Apa kesalahan saya?
Mengelirukan Dewan.
Saya mengelirukan Dewan.
Jalankan bentara.
Ya, saya berhak untuk mengetahui berapa hari saya digantung.
Kalau saya tak sebut 2 hari. Sekarang saya sebut sehari.
This came after Rayer requested for Najib to be barred from debating the royal address on the grounds that the Pekan MP lied on the matter relating to the nation's finances and 1MDB. Abah and Bosku continue to clash in Johor as campaigning enters its 5th day. Muhyiddin is trying to sell PN as a clean option while highlighting that Najib is a convict. The clean option, that's how Perikatan Nasional Chief Muhyiddin Yassin has positioned his coalition for the Johor election. PN launched its manifesto today with a focus on fighting corruption and preserving integrity. Muhyiddin pledged a PN government in Johor will be one that rejects corruption and abuse of power and will be built on morality and ethics. Among others, Muhyiddin promised a PN government that will appoint opposition members to be part of the State Public Accounts Committee. He added that all assembly persons will be required to table a report of their allocation spending in the State Assembly, which will be made public. The other areas of the manifesto covered the economy, cost of living, people's welfare, social well-being, infrastructure efficiency, tourism and environment. Speaking to reporters after launching PN's pledge for the people of Johor, Muhyiddin took a swipe at former Premier Najib Abdul Razak. This comes after Najib's campaign blitz for BN candidates so far had seemingly received more attention than Muhyiddin's appearances. Muhyiddin disagreed that his own campaign for PN candidates across the state had appeared muted in comparison to Najib. He said, quote, "What do you mean quiet? Najib is talking nonsense because he is a convict. How can you trust him?" PN is banking on its clean image, especially now that Muhyiddin Yassin has been cleared by the MacC over the viral audio clip. The MacC found no criminal element in the audio clip allegedly featuring Muhyiddin Yassin's voice, enticing UMNO defectors with minister posts and positions in government-linked companies. This was revealed in a written parliamentary reply from de facto Law Minister Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar. He was responding to Kulai MP Theoni Ching, who asked the government to reveal MacC's findings on its investigation into the audio clip. In May 2020, a Facebook page aligned to former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad released another audio recording, purportedly from the Bersatu Supreme Council meeting in February 2020. In the recording, a man whose voice resembles that of Party President Muhyiddin is heard saying that UMNO MPs can be enticed to join Bersatu if they are offered ministerships or GLC posts. The MacC conducted an investigation into the alleged bribery after the audio clip went viral. In a separate development, Wan Junaidi said the MacC also found no evidence of abuse of power in its investigation against former Prasarana non-executive chairperson Tajuddin Abdul Rahman. The strict SOP on campaigning in Johor appears to be frustrating Harapan, who says it's been unfair to them. However, the Prime Minister has agreed to relax certain restrictions, according to Anwar. Pakatan Harapan Chief Anwar Ibrahim told Parliament today that Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob has agreed to relax the SOPs for the Johor state election. This comes after Amanah Chief Muhammad Sabu was slapped with 3,000 ringgit compound notices for 3 SOP breaches when delivering a speech at an event in Johor. Anwar said a fairer SOP must be accepted by the Ismail Sabri-led government, as it was the decision of UMNO to dissolve the Johor government.
Perdana Menteri dalam pertemuan kita memberi pengakuan untuk dilonggarkan sedikit. Pilihan raya kita tak setuju. Ada orang kata kita takut. Tapi masalah inilah. Ada pilihan raya tak boleh kempen. Kempen 100 orang. Tempat dalam dewan. Jadi banyak syarat-syarat dia. Kalau kita buat SOP, maknanya ada social distance, saya setuju. Mesti pakai mask, saya setuju. Tapi kena bagilah kelonggaran. Pilihan raya apa kalau macam ini? Ya, tapi sebenarnya motif dia adalah memenangkan satu pihak. Dia tidak adil proses dia. Ya.
The campaign rules for the Johor election limits gatherings to party headquarters only with a maximum attendance of 100, and these functions must end by 10 p.m. Face-to-face vote canvassing is allowed by teams of no more than 5 individuals. Another headache for Harapan in Johor is Warisan. However, the Sabah-based party has a reason why it's contesting Harapan seats. Warisan has defended its move to contest in seats currently held by the opposition instead of contesting BN seats. Of the 6 seats contested by the Sabah-based party, 5 are seats currently held by Harapan. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, Warisan Vice President Juns Wong explained that Warisan had limited presence in Johor. He said this is why the party had to focus on seats where it is able to gain support. Wong reiterated that Warisan wanted to be a strong opposition and was offering voters an alternative. He added that it is beyond reasonable doubt that the people badly need a choice, and Harapan is no longer a choice for them. Moving forward, Wong stressed Warisan does plan to contest in BN-held seats, just as it had done in Sabah. Great news for EPF members. The latest dividend is even higher than before the pandemic. EPF has declared a 6.1% dividend for conventional savings and 5.65% dividend for Sharia savings for 2021. The dividends declared were higher than the 5.45% for conventional savings declared in 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic. The fund also outperformed the KLCI, which contracted 3.7% in 2021. Total distributions have reached a new high of 57.1 billion ringgit. The previous record of 48.13 billion ringgit was set in 2017. EPF's asset value has reached over 1 trillion ringgit in 2021, up 0.8% from the previous period. According to EPF, its slow growth was due to COVID-19 related relief withdrawals. As of October last year, the EPF said some 7.4 million members had withdrawn 101 billion ringgit for COVID-19 relief. The Prime Minister's decision to speak Bahasa Melayu at an international press conference has impressed a group of UMNO leaders.
A group of UMNO leaders have praised Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob's use of Bahasa Malaysia during a press conference with the leaders of Brunei, Cambodia and Thailand recently. The 10 UMNO division heads, in a statement, said it was an exemplary effort to uphold the national language. The group also said leaders should not be ashamed to use the national language in delivering keynote speeches at international events, because Article 152 of the Federal Constitution has provided for Bahasa Malaysia as the national language. According to this statement, this will elevate the national language to a wider stage, especially in the ASEAN region. They also noted how other countries use their mother tongue in programs involving the outside world. It added that Malaysia should play a role in making the Malay language the lingua franca of the ASEAN group. The statement was also supported by UMNO Supreme Council member Fatul Bari Mat Jahyah. According to the statement, based on the actions exemplified by the Prime Minister, the international stage is the best platform to showcase the language used in the country, and it is time for the Malay language to be used on the international stage. In addition, the statement also encouraged all levels of government to use the national language in official affairs in the country.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.